Chauncey Billups tied in with the mob, Teddy Rozier faking an injury to cash out $200,000. This isn't a Netflix movie. This is actually happening right now. And the FBI just dropped this bomb on the NBA. Today, guys, we gotta talk about Operation Nothing But Bet and Operation Royal Flush. We got current players, former players, Hall of Famers, coaches, you name it. 31 arrests right now on this humongous NBA scandal. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that we got the mob, the mafia, the four families, the La Cosa Nostra? Yeah, they're involved too. So this morning, the FBI held a press conference, and this is funny that this is all happening right now during the NBA tip-off, like literally 2 days ago, right? So this is going on. You got Cash Patel, who's pretty much was talking about the bust and the wide sweeping criminal enterprise that's been going along with it, that's a part of the NBA and the mob. And this is not going to be a good look for the NBA just in general. Operation Nothing But Bet and Operation Royal Flush. Let's talk about what this Operation Nothing But Bet is. So this is what Teddy Rozier. And this is pretty simple. We've heard this before. People have heard about this. This has been going on for years, for decades at this point. And Teddy was being accused of pretty much tipping off gamblers with insider information and basically telling people stuff that wasn't publicly known, that was inside the locker room, so that people could go and bet on it, right? So an example that they utilized was pretty much a March 23rd, 2023 game that was going on between, I believe, the Hornets and the Pelicans, where he allegedly was telling people to, bet on his under, that he was going to leave the game early. So if it was 10 points that he had to score, he was going to leave the game early so that he couldn't make those 10 points, so that people can bet on those 10 points. And the people that bet it over, of course, was just going to instantly lose. And that's, for the most part, cheating. Now, this actually tipped people that would then go to bet over $200,000, and he would make sure to hit under those stats. In that specific game, I believe he left like 9 minutes within the game with a fake injury, is what they were calling it. Now, Terry's locked up. In his camp, his actual lawyer is saying that the FBI is over-exaggerating and that Terry's not even a gambler, so this makes no sense, and that the NBA said that he had no wrongdoing, but yet the FBI is still just trying to pull at anything. But if you know the FBI, they don't really miss, like, at all, and they don't just make accusations like that. It's usually years and years and years, and letting you pretty much set yourself up until they actually, pull your card. Now, Rozier's not the only person that was involved in this playbook. You also got Damon Jones, who's a former NBA player, a three-point specialist, and as well as an assistant coach for the Cavs. Him, Terry, apparently others were just passing information within the locker rooms on information that was getting put out there and then pushed to the people that was gambling to then bet on it and win. Basically, they got information on who was injured, who was resting, and this is golden information for gamblers out there. Now, that's just half of this scandal, right? There's more. So Operation Royal Flush is the wild one, right? This one is the one that's dealing with Hall of Famer Chauncey Billups. And this is where the mafia actually comes in extremely heavy. Now, it seems like while you got people running the rigged games over here, you got another set of people running rigged poker games. And this was going on across the country. Now, apparently 4 of the 5 infamous New York families, Gambino, Genovese, Lucchese, I'm saying it wrong, and Bonanno, but we're talking about these real life families, the ones that you know about, right? I didn't even know they were still getting deep involved. I knew they were active, but not this active. They pretty much lured in wealthy gamblers and brought them to these rigged games and cheated them straight up blindly. You might be wondering, how is a poker game rigged? Like, how? They got marked cards, special contact lenses to read the invisible ink. I didn't even know that tech exists. Altered card shuffling machines that could secretly predict a deck. Where is this tech coming from, bro? They had a guy, of course, at the table giving signals, calling him the quarterback, which, okay, that's pretty simple. We heard of that going on before, but he would be giving these signals to somebody outside. It was very elaborate, but this gave them a huge advantage. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so where is the real kicker here, Tony? How did they bait these guys in? That's the kicker. Chauncey Billups. According to the FBI, Chauncey Billups was what they called the face card. And this is where they would use Chauncey Billups as a player. You see him at the table, you think everything's good, you put your guard down at this point. Chauncey Billups is not gonna scam me, but little do you know, Chauncey Billups and everybody at the table is in on the scam except for you. And then this basically robs them blindly, makes them feel comfortable, and they're getting finessed the whole entire time. The result, the victims got fleeced, and officials are saying that $7 million was involved in this specific scam right here, with one guy alone losing over $1 million just himself. Now with this one, they arrested 31 people for the specific poker arrest and more to come. Now I gotta be honest, when I say Chauncey Billups, this is crazy because when I think of Chauncey Billups, I think of an immaculate person with a perfect record, especially just on the court but off the court, just like a good guy. Like I never heard anything wrong of Chauncey Billups. I'm a Lakers fan, so I had issues with Chauncey Billups and the Pistons, but I like over time had this respect for him as a player. And you just never know, you know, once you get to know what they say, you know, that saying where they say like, don't get to know your heroes. It's just wild that he would be involved with anything like this at all with such successful overall history. You're talking about a finals MVP, NBA champion, Hall of Famer, coach of the Portland Trailblazers, active one. It's wild. Now, Billups has not made a public statement as of yet. I'm pretty sure something's got to happen soon with the Trailblazers as well. Like they're going to move pretty fast on this one, but nothing as of yet. However, the NBA did move fast on this and put both of them, Terry and Billups, on leave right now, immediately. Now, the feds are saying this is the tip of the iceberg, and we actually heard some more information where this might just be the case. Basically, Patel put out a warning that if you're doing any legal gambling, you should be very worried. And with him saying that alone, it's definitely going to have people definitely a little worried. Betting is a multi-billion-dollar company, right? And then you got the NBA that's involved with the betting as well. This is definitely going to possibly hurt the brand, even if they're not involved. It's just going to ruin a little bit of the NBA's overall appeal. People already put out that the NBA does a lot of scripting and that things are fake as is. Now you got actual NBA players, active ones, and coaches. It just does not look good. Now, this is the crazy story that literally popped up as I was even doing this filming, right? Apparently, LeBron James is getting dragged into the NBA scandal after his friend sold injury details. So details of LeBron James' injury status were sold by his pal and former Lakers coach Damon Jones. Okay, so that part I did not even think about. As a part of a massive prop betting scheme, according to the court docs and law enforcement sources, Jones, an ex-Cavs player and unofficial assistant coach for the Lakers during the 2022-2023 season, sent a message to one of the following ring members on February 9th, 2023, urging him to place a large bet on the Lakers' opponent, the Milwaukee Bucks, because James would be out with an injury that night, the sources told the Post. I didn't even link the two together, but now I understand Damon Jones, and I remember specifically when he played for the Cavs. And I remember playing on 2K with him. He was a three-point specialist in a way. I think this is going to be a big story moving forward for the NBA season, and it's going to be a lot of talk about this. And I do believe this possibly, like they stated before, just the tip of the iceberg. So we'll be in touch, and so let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, how this makes you feel about the NBA. And yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.